When I came to Britain from Namibia, without knowing that it was God's journey, I didn't look for God. I was doing things on my own. That's when things started going wrong. My marriage started to suffer violence, abusive, physical violence, financial. We became very destitute, no money, no place to stay. We have young children in a foreign land, no family, and no one to turn to. I remember during one day we were fighting with my wife in this country. On the bus, I started beating her and no one saying anything. She bleed and people are just there looking. Then when we got out of the bus, we continued, we went home, then we came back. But after the storm, there's always that calm assurance voice saying that, Ignatius, you've been doing this for a long time. You've been taking life in your own hand for a long time. What do you have to lose? Can't you give me a chance? When we arrived in the help center of the UCKG, I was standing, and the man of God who was standing, speaking, giving the message from the altar, it's like he knew me from since I was 16. As we keep on coming, we've been, one word that's standing out is this: we believe in you. And God called you here for a reason. He has seen your suffering. Give it all to God. He's the master. He's your creator. He can make things happen. He can make the impossible to become possible. And for the first time in my life, tears start coming out of my eyes automatically. Then when we went home, although I was stuck up, I told my wife, you know what, darling? I think we find something that we've been looking for. There was one day we fought the whole night, and we fought physically. Then at that time, I have a simple job, just something to have a bread for the kids. I went to that rubbish job. When I came back, I realized that we had about 6 to 7 suitcases. I found that 2 little suitcases, they disappear. And the children are not in that block. I start calling around. My wife's nowhere to be found. Around 7:30, my daughter called me from Heathrow Airport. Dad. Then I said, Timmy, where are you? At the airport. Doing what at the airport? We are going home. What? Then I have to call the airport and report my wife to the security that there's a crazy woman running away with my kids. She have to be detained for several hours, waiting for me to go there and make a case. But at the same time, God was working. I did not make a case. I just stopped, let them go. Then around that time, when I realized that by this time they gone, I went to my knees and I cried. God, I don't know what to do. I mess up big time. My wife took half of the money and she left half of the money. Around that time, there was an idea saying that, you know, she dissed you, the word in London. She disrespected you so much. You know what you can do, Ignatius? Take that money, buy a ticket, go to Namibia the same day, buy a gun, kill her, and come back the next. That's the voice of the enemy. But there was another voice, calm, saying, I've been telling you, I've been speaking to you, I've been advising you. Why don't you try me? You have got nothing to lose. Then I took that voice, I listened to that voice, which is the voice of God. Then the next day, I called my wife. Normally when I call, we argue until she dropped the phone. That day, we never argue. I just asked, darling, when are you coming back? We make a vow to start together to fight against the invisible enemy, not to fight against ourselves as we used to do anymore. Life today for us It's a blessing, and I can say it's a blessing that have root on the altar. My marriage is a blessing. My wife is my sister, is my wife, is my mom, my grandma, my everything. Our children are very blessed. They grow up in London. They are doing well. Some of them, one of them is on the altar, and I believe there are some more to come because I'm not stopping praying. In terms of financial, we are blessed. We are living a comfortable life. I can say confidently, the altar cannot fail you. If you want more, the altar will give you even more than you expected.